Taking a live look this morning at the nation's capital, Washington is waking up to history today. Hillary Clinton has been named the presumptive Democratic nominee after some big wins last night in the last Super Tuesday. She's the first woman to be at the top of the ticket for a major party. We've got an update on Super Tuesday and a look at the North Dakota Democratic caucuses coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Hi again, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Vidot here with Kyle Bosch. It's now 11 minutes before 7, and we're starting our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. Right now, we start with breaking news. Fargo police are looking for 2 men in a robbery at a Loaf and Jug gas station on 18th Street South. Police responded to that location around 2 this morning. Investigators tell Valley News Live that 2 men entered that gas station. They were wearing cloth over their faces and had on dark clothing. Now, no one was hurt in the incident, but the men did get away with an undetermined amount of cash. Now, police did use a canine tracking team to search for the men, but were not able to find them. If you have any information about the robbery, you're asked to call Fargo Police. 6:49 now in our election 2016 coverage. The votes are in and have been counted, and Bernie Sanders has won the North Dakota Democratic caucus. Sanders received 64% of the vote to Hillary Clinton's 25%. It means he will pick up 10 delegates from North Dakota, while Clinton gets 6. Those caucuses were held in 47 districts across the state last night. Well, despite Bernie Sanders' wins in North Dakota and Montana last night, it looks like the field has been set for the 2016 general election, and it will be a showdown between Clinton and Trump. Hillary Clinton has been declared the winner in California this morning, a ribbon on what was already a big night. Clinton couldn't hide her smile as she walked on stage in Brooklyn last night as the presumptive Democratic nominee after winning New Jersey, New Mexico, and South Dakota and securing a majority of delegates. Now, on the GOP side, presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump had a clean sweep while facing a firestorm over racist remarks about a federal judge. He also urged Bernie Sanders to join his campaign. Well, that is unlikely to happen. Sanders is expected to lay off about half of his campaign staff today. He then heads to Washington tomorrow to meet with President Obama and Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid. Sanders did vow last night that he will continue his campaign up to the convention. We're just hitting 6:51. It's time for weather and traffic on the ones. So we check in first with meteorologist Lisa Green on a pretty nice start to our Wednesday.
It's a great start to our Wednesday. We've had a beautiful sunrise. There are some clouds working their way through, but you can see some blue sky on our sky cam here. In addition to that, we'll see more sunshine throughout the day. You can see hourly here for Fargo. We've got sunny skies on the way with some passing clouds and maybe a few more into the afternoon hours, but highs into the low 80s for a good portion of the southern valley today. And wind will be out of the southeast. And notice it's not too strong, up to about 15 miles per hour. And that southeasterly wind helping to bring in a warmer air mass. And in addition to that, adding some moisture to the air. And that will combine for some storm chances as we move into the weekend. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. We're at 42 degrees in Badette. That's the cool spot. We're at 50 in Fargo and in Grand Forks and 55 in Devil's Lake. Down in Wahpeton, a cooler 48 there. And wind is light for most of us, already seeing a southeasterly direction now at less than 10 miles per hour. In some places reporting some calm conditions. We've had these clouds kind of hanging around overnight last night and this morning. Those should be moving eastward. Nothing really to show you as far as rain is concerned right now. It's later today. We may see 1 or 2 showers touch off late tonight, especially along the international border, but otherwise looking pretty good as you're getting off of work today. This is 6 o'clock. We'll be seeing temperatures mainly in the 70s, but again, Southern Valley, especially southeastern North Dakota, that's where we have that potential for 80 degrees or more there. Now, looking at our planner, it's warming up from here. We're going to be 83 today in Fargo. That chance for some late night storms into Thursday as well. And this will be, again, more in the northern valley. And then Thursday we'll see a chance for some temperatures to near the 80 degree or 90 degree mark rather down in the south. And Thursday night we may have another round of those storms moving through late in the nighttime hours. Friday, that's when the real heat is here. 93 degrees, our high temperature. And then this weekend still warm and muggy. And in addition to that, some chances for some storms, especially on Sunday. And some of these, at least right now, it's several days out, but it looks like they could be on the strong side. Something to watch out for carrying over into Monday. Let's check in with Al.
We're going to call it heavy traffic on westbound Interstate 94 in Moorhead, particularly in that work zone there. And I mean heavy. It's darn near bumper to bumper. That also means we have some backups and congestion. In fact, quite a bit of it here on 20th Street in Moorhead that's picking up the 8th Street traffic. That's where I am right now, kind of tied up in this traffic mess. And it's very congested through there. As you would expect, if you need to use 8th Street, I would suggest you go down to 34th Street as opposed to getting caught in this business here on 20th Street. We also have a stalled car on westbound Interstate 94. This one is right near I have to watch what I'm doing here to get onto this work zone. On westbound Interstate 94 between Vets Boulevard and Cheyenne, Silver Chrysler 300, look out for that. I'm back here on the interstate now, headed back west again, and like I said, traffic is very heavy here. Getting onto the interstate off 20th Street, it's a tight maneuver in any event, and there is so much traffic out here, it's very difficult to get through. So make sure you're driving extra carefully today through this work zone, but everywhere, as always. Al Ahmed, Valley Today traffic.
So 6 minutes before 7, funeral plans are in place for a Fergus Falls man allegedly shot in his sleep by his son a week ago today. Visitation for 56-year-old Rick DeFeel is tonight from 5 to 7 at the Olson Funeral Home in Fergus Falls. The funeral is tomorrow at the First Church of the Nazarene.
29-year-old Dustin DeFeel has been charged with second-degree murder in his father's death. He remains in jail this morning on $1 million bond.
Jury selection is underway for a man accused of being involved in a shooting at an apartment in Dilworth. Leonard Wells is facing 6 counts of attempted murder.
Police say that they were called to an apartment complex on Halloween night last year after several gunshots were fired into a home. No one was hurt in the incident. 2 other men are also facing charges in the case. In Kalamazoo, Michigan, authorities are investigating a deadly crash involving a pickup truck driver and a group of bicyclists. The 50-year-old driver from western Michigan plowed into that group yesterday afternoon, killing at least 5 people. The driver is in custody this morning. More resources are needed to combat the drug crisis in our area. That is the word from the 3 Fargo area police chiefs who spoke at the Chamber of Commerce's monthly Eggs and Issues event yesterday morning.
Fargo Police Chief David Todd outlined the scope of the opioid drug crisis in the area. Moorhead Police Chief David Ebinger talked about the need for newer facilities to help the problem. And West Fargo's Police Chief Mike Wrighton discussed some consequences that he sees coming down the line if marijuana is legalized in North Dakota.
Now, we have also learned about a new addiction resource that is coming to the area, Ray of Hope Counseling Services. Local police say services like this are the next step in dealing with the drug crisis.
Music, fun, and of course, the ribs. Happy Harry's Rib Fest is once again ready to satisfy our barbecue cravings.
Oh, it's 4 days where everyone in North Fargo is like, what's grilling? I suddenly feel like meat. The Valley Today's Christy Larson is live at the Fargo Dome this morning where things are getting ready for the gates to open this afternoon. Hi, Christy.
Yes, good morning, guys. So many of these rib cookers are already out. They're getting stuff ready because they know that first lunch crowd is a busy one because people are so excited that it's back once again. So we wanted to remind people Lip Smackin' Lunch Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. That means free admission for you. At Porky and Beans, Dennis was telling me that they gave even some free sides as well for those people who come for the Lip Smackin' Lunch. So that's even a little extra bonus for you. But if you come on any of the nights that it's open all the way through Saturday, you're going to be paying that $5 admission ticket. You're going to be paying the $5 parking. But what you get is you get to be introduced to some of the best rib cookers around. They're coming from all over once again to have the pulled pork, the chicken, and of course the ribs, which we can't forget about. And tonight, music kicking off with the Eli Young Band. So much fun, so many things to do. We got to meet some of the vendors, and every single year they're just so fun to be around. And of course, they always let us do some journalistic taste testing, I always like to call it. So Kyle and Lisa, this is the last of what was available this morning, and I'm
It better not be, Christy. Don't bother coming back to the station if you don't have at least a box of ribs.
She likes to trick us and pretend. I know she'll hook us up, or we won't let her in. Christy Larson reporting live from the Fargo Dome, getting ready for Rib Fest. Thank you, Christy.
In our Healthier Me this morning, even if your spouse drives you crazy sometimes, there is evidence that marriage could help save your life. A new study of 25,000 heart attack patients revealed that married people were 14% less likely to die after the event than their single peers.
Married people also spent an average of 2 fewer days in the hospital after a heart attack. Experts say these findings emphasize the importance of a spouse's support after a major illness.
With fears of Zika still top of mind for many, Olympic officials are trying to reassure athletes and fans headed to Rio. Officials say they expect the risk for Zika to be lower in August during the Games because in Brazil, the Summer Olympics actually occur during the winter. Now, the CDC has warned pregnant women against traveling to Zika-affected countries.
And because the virus can also be sexually transmitted, experts say men exposed to the virus should practice safe sex for at least 8 weeks upon their return. Some major athletes have said they will skip the Games or are considering it because of the Zika outbreak. Police around North Dakota will be cracking down on drunk drivers this month. 50 law enforcement agencies across the state will be taking part in Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaigns.
Last year in North Dakota, 44% of all deaths in motor vehicle crashes were alcohol related. Well, here's something you don't see every day. Fargo police, with a little help from the Public Works Department, on quite the rescue mission, saving some baby ducklings from a sewer.
Someone called police after they saw a duck and her ducklings disappear while walking. Police used a net to catch the little ducklings. They were not able to be reunited with mom, but are in foster care until they are old enough to go back into the wild.
What a cute story.
It is.
Good that they were able to save those ducks. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook this morning. A recent study shows nearly 100,000 people get one of these every day.
The answer is a speeding ticket. Remember, you can take part in our question of the morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page.
Hey, today looks good. Temperatures back in the 80s for Fargo, and we've got more on the way for the rest of us too this week. We'll be at 93 degrees by Friday with a few chances for some storms in the overnight hours.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. More local news and weather for you right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great Wednesday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning.